How's it going? This is Sean Alpha.
I'm Kazma.
And this is Geek Eire Normal Edition. I know last week we were doing it over Skype. So we're back in the pub. We're in our usual spot where we usually do our podcast here in Lawlers in Kildare. So Kazuma, any geeky stuff relating to you?
No, not really. Just still playing Pokemon. Playing Deus Ex. And probably some projects for college.
Yeah, see, college is sort of on our minds type of thing. Coming up sort of the halfway mark. I have exams in January. Kazuma has projects throughout the whole year, so we do have times where we are a bit busy. That's the reason why our Facebook page hasn't been that busy lately.
Well, spam it occasionally.
Yeah, we'll sporadically put the articles through it type of thing, but if someone does post up a comment or a question, we will answer it, but we just don't have time to accumulate all the articles. If you see a funny article, we will post it up type of thing. So this is going to be sort of our Halloween episode. So gearing up for Halloween, me and Kazuma, hopefully on November 1st, we should be going to Cyberpunk Tours. It's going to be a nightclub night that's going to be held in the Grand Social. It's going to be it's discount if you're wearing a costume.
Oh, it's the Grand Social, is it?
Yep.
Oh, right. Oh, it's Fibbers. Where's that?
It's moved from Fibbers to the Grand Social.
Ah.
So that should be a good night overall. It's €10 in if you're not in costume, €7 if you are wearing costume.
What about half an hour? 17. Oh, fuck that, no.
That's Slender Man. I'm not really wearing a costume, but I am wearing a costume.
Oh, I'm not in costume yet.
So this is our Halloween episode. We're going to talk a lot about horror movies, as well as some of the other geeky stuff that we're talking about. Maybe just some of the complaints as well coming through this time of year, sort of geeky related things. One of the complaints I'm going to have is the way that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is going.
I haven't seen it. I keep missing it. How many episodes can RT Player go back? Or is it just the one from last?
I think it's usually the ones from last week.
It doesn't stock up?
No, it won't stock up on the RT Player. Honestly, you're not missing much. It's very, it's very sort of generic supervillains that.
On the other hand, have you seen Agents of Smash yet?
No, I haven't seen Agents of Smash yet. Is it any good?
The animation is, I think it's done by the usual kind of Marvel crowd anyway. I don't know if the Red Hulk is against them or not, but looking at the synopsis of one episode, like that's why I guess one of the main the biggest alter egos around is the Red Hulk. But like, it's kind of weird that I can kind of know like that the Red She-Hulk and She-Hulk would team up with Hulk, but like Scar, I'm not sure. Maybe there's a story somewhere in the comics or somewhere where you sort it out. It's different, but I guess head towards the Hulk. Maybe because usually in the comics what I read back then was that he hated the Hulk because he killed the mother. So.
Or maybe it's also the fact that it could be considered as a different continuum and not based off the comics directly, and just using the characters as a basis type of thing. Right? Maybe they ran out of characters type of thing. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., it's very sort of lackluster. There was a brief cameo scene with Samuel Jackson as Nick Fury, complaining to Phil about the airplane. That was sort of the only good scene so far that
remember the Avengers cartoon that was a year or two ago?
Yeah.
I think that's actually set a couple of years in the future because they had a Nick Fury with grey hair, so.
It's a different timeline.
Is it? Oh.
It's a different timeline because it was before the movie was set.
Yeah.
I know there was one that came out after the movie, but it's essentially it's a way for kids to get into the cartoon series before the other properties.
I remember watching 5 episodes, and I think there was a slight reference or a scene where I think it might have been Bob but it was like the Hydra soldiers. And for some reason, the Hydra soldier turned around and shot one of his own and just kind of laughed.
Other thing is Batman Arkham Origins was released today.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on whether it's going to be good or not?
I'm hoping it should be good. I'm not sure about the Blackgate version, which is the beta version. But apparently you can continue on from one to the other and then continue back, I think, with them. I don't know. I think Blackgate is like, Origins is based around the prison area, but I think Blackgate is based inside the prison area.
See, my problem coming from the Xbox is a lot of the areas in the Xbox version where you had to unlock because of the online mode, which can be quite annoying. So you'll never actually get it completed unless you have Xbox Live. So I was kind of annoyed with that. I was able to complete most of it except for the online versions of it.
Same with me with City. I went as far as where I had to try to get Mr. Freeze's wife. I think I was near the end, wasn't it? I'm not sure because I said 33%, but that was counting everything into doing it.
Other things as well is, personally myself, I preferred Arkham Asylum over Arkham City. That was just a personal preference of mine. It was.
Steam has it very cheap now.
There's too many areas in the Arkham.
Arkham Asylum, I don't know if it's still on, but Arkham Asylum was I think €4 or €5.50, €5.50, and then City was $7.50. 75% off apparently.
So Halloween's coming up. What's your favorite things about Halloween in general?
I just like the kind of spookiness of it, like especially if the weather is coincidentally suits it with the fog and stuff on the roads. Yeah,
so fog, maybe a light drizzle.
Yeah.
Of course, it's never the case here in Ireland either. Usually drenching rain or muggy.
Yeah.
At this point of the year, you know.
We did have the lucky weather where it was nice and warm.
Yeah.
It was like a small warm breeze, but it was so cold.
Even today, the day of the recording, it's humid, but it's damp.
Yeah.
So it's kind of
I came home and my jumper was so damp from the rain last week.
Yeah. I love watching horror movies around this time of year. My favorite horror movies, like the original version, Village of the Damned, Poltergeist.
Yeah, I like
Halloween. We can't forget Halloween.
Yeah. I like watching the ones that are supposed to like documentary types. Even though it's like sometimes they make just really paranoid, but it's the whole adrenaline. It's like when you go on ghost hunting and you're like, oh fuck. And so it's like, you were scared shitless that day. I was like, yeah, no, but it was so cool. It's like just because of the adrenaline rush as well.
Yeah, I'm not liking the whole theme that nowadays no one's actually building up on story. They're all basing this whole thing on paranormal activity effects. Copy Blair Witch's thing, get a whole bunch of no-name actors. You can pump out 100 on one of these films, and none of the story has to connect at all. Last year we saw the last Paranormal Activity film. It kind of sucked. I prefer a good horror film that actually has a story.
I know it sucked, but like the real creepy parts I thought was good.
Person, what's your favorite sort of horror films to watch around this time of year?
I was going to say Hocus Pocus, but like I'm saying that from the kids' perspective, maybe.
Yeah, if you have kids or you're babysitting.
Ghost Town. It was a Disney movie, I think.
Oh yeah. Halloween Town.
Oh yeah, the one with the big huge pumpkin in the middle of it, and they all got tinted money.
Hocus Pocus, the original Ichabod Crane, done by Disney. It was an animated film that does the Headless Horseman. I know people are going to say, well, it's not an original idea. It's originally done off an Irish legend of the Doulahan. It's still a good legend. Legends get transferred over on Irish people, settled over in America, and brought the legend over there.
I should play Soul Sacrifice and only do Halloween-based bosses, because they have the Doulahan as a boss.
There's there's so many other things as well. I'm gonna have to say the original All Dogs Go to Heaven.
Yeah.
Just for the final scene where he goes to hell. That's some really scary imagery. That is something, completely, even sort of scary and dramatic type of thing. Even scarier than Tom Selleck singing. Because that was some really bad singing. What are things that you don't like about Halloween?
I'll let you go first so I can relate to it.
As a child, one of the things I never liked about Halloween, candy corn.
I don't think we had it over here.
No, it'd be like your equivalent of monkey nuts.
Oh, right.
You know the really cheap sweets that you only give to people for Halloween because it's really cheap?
You mean like the ones that that came out like from what are those bags? Lucky dip bags?
Yeah, the Lucky. It's sort of like
the
Lucky.
very tiny little circular ones.
Yeah, they're purely made out of corn syrup and sugar.
Yeah, it's just like this tastes like washed up powder. It doesn't even taste like fruit or candy.
Other things as well nowadays. It's considered a dangerous time of year because of firecrackers over here, bonfires, people over binging on alcohol to the point where it gets dangerous and there's so many fights type of thing. It is a bit ridiculous. It takes the fun out of the whole. It's the same thing with most holidays.
Looking up, like we don't have that much over our place anymore. You get the one or two from down the road, like.
Other things. Extremely slutty costumes.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. You're not really showing any creativity here. I'm a sexy ladybug. I'm a sexy cheerleader.
Yeah.
Well done. You bought something and made it more slutty than it originally was.
Yeah.
Show some originality. You're gonna get the creepy guy that's gonna be perving on you the whole night. You might get a couple of drinks out of it. One of them is probably gonna be spiked. Show some originality. Cosplay for Halloween, great idea. But the same problem happens even at cons. Really slutty cosplays. No, just no. Most of you guys are underage or just above age. Stop that. Especially if you don't want to be hit on. Why do you go with the slutty costume? You're not your one from the producers. If you got it, you flaunt it type of thing. Sometimes the weather can be just way too shitty. Over in America, I wanted to talk this as a topic. I know it's not really geeky related, but it is sort of Halloween based. Over in America, a lot of schools now are trying to get rid of Halloween as a holiday for kids.
Really?
I know some of the schools over in America, 4th class, they stopped letting kids wear costumes in. There's no longer trick-or-treating because paranoia has sort of taken over. There's always been sort of the holiday, there's always been the scary stories that parents have told their children, such as acid hidden in sweets, like the drug acid.
Yeah.
Razor blades hidden in apples. The total of these things actually happening in real life is probably it's happened once in one town, once or another type of thing. Listen, everyone's ears safe. I don't mind. I agree with parents checking your candy in case something's been tampered with it. I agree with that. I don't agree with getting rid of the holiday completely because it's something. It's a part of our culture. We get rid of Halloween. Why don't we get rid of Christmas next?
What are we going to do for Halloween this year? Are we going to do anything? I know we're hanging out for Halloween, but are we going to do anything, spooky related or?
Well, there's the Cyberpunk tour thing that we're going to go to. We'll go in costume type event. We'll go with one of our podcasters, Rob the Bearded Brony. who has now cut his hair. It is now official. He has no hair. Other thing as well, as a geek-related thing, a little bit of creativity goes a long way, type of thing. There's some great cosplays, like someone dressing up as like the 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah.
Great idea, type of thing. Funny approach. So, what other geeky things do you want to talk about?
See, what else is there? Not for sure. Anything else for it?
I want to talk about sort of a competition that we want to do soon. We'll release the full details on the page. Basically, we're going to do a competition. It is going to be any female listeners. Your goal is now to win a total of 20-30 euros worth of manga from our own personal collections. Trust me, everything is age appropriate, nothing is too perverted or anything like that. We want you to use your creativity. We want you to use a good or bad, depending on how it's written, shipping me and Kazuma. Details have to be. We're gonna put a word limit on it. Mm-hmm. We'll put a word limit on it.
I don't know. 200-300 maybe.
Yeah, 200 to 300 words. Just sort of on a tale type of thing. So it can be as badly written as long as a little bit of humor is put involved, or if it's so badly written, we'll probably give it points that way. That's the type of thing. What's actually your favorite sweet, actually? Going back to the whole sweets discussion for Halloween. When you were a trick-or-treater, what was your favorite one?
Probably the chocolate apples.
Chocolate apples?
Chocolate apples, nice. I don't think I tried toffee apples, though.
Chocolate apples, banana apples, chocolate bananas.
I haven't tried that one. I don't think that was up here.
No, that was a very American thing.
Yeah. Question about bananas.
And Reese's Pieces. If you want to actually, if you want to bribe our podcasters, we really like things with peanut butter in it. So if you see us in a con and you want to be on a podcast, we wouldn't say no to peanut butter sweets. Except for the Twix peanut butter.
No, nice, no.
You've tried the Twix peanut butter before. It's not that nice.
Have I?
Yeah, didn't you try it before?
No, I just saw it. So.
It's not that nice. It's bitter. But going back on the discussion.
I know there's a certain dish. I think it's like fried chili or something. I thought they were frying a banana, but is there another fruit that looks like a banana that you fry?
Santanas.
Oh, that's probably what it was. Because I couldn't fry a banana. It just melted.
No, you cut them up and you fry them out.
Oh no, like you cut it like they cut it like that.
It's Santana. They're like mini bananas.
Or maybe it was a banana. I'm not
Mini
sure.
green bananas.
No, it was yellow.
Oh, then it was banana.
Well, maybe we can't try banana.
All right. So, want to do any other geeky things? Talk a little bit about Pokemon if you want. Talk about a little bit about Pokemon if you want.
Oh yeah. Come past the 4th gym now on the 5th, but I'll take the 5th one slowly as well.
Yeah, I'm still trying to find the 5th gym myself. I'm after
the 5th gym is we passed it.
We passed it.
Yeah, Lemoyne City.
Ah.
The one in the middle that we couldn't get to the other half because of blackout.
Oh.
It's in the exact middle.
I'm really enjoying Pokemon Y. I think it is a little bit harder the way they design all the gyms. You have to keep going back and forth.
Yeah.
All that type of thing.
I also like the way that there's a whole lot of the old-fashioned ones in it.
I'm very happy now that I have Charizard, War Turtle, and now I have a Bulbasaur. Eventually I'm going to get a point where I'm going to have a Ditto and I'm going to breed them all.
A Ditto and a Ditto, yay! Oh wait, no.
I'm looking forward to having Mewtwo soon.
There's one thing I I don't know if they took it away or not. Maybe you guys can tell us. But if you're breeding, does your guy call you over when you have an egg? Because maybe I just did it before he called me over and says, "Oh, you have an egg." It's like you didn't call me though. Because you remember back in the older ones, they go, even no matter where you are, you see it popping up on the screen. That actually confused me at first because I didn't know where it was come from. Apparently, I was somewhere else in the map, and somehow it was like, "Oh," I was like Kazma, and it was just like Kazma, blah blah blah, wherever it was. I was like, "What the heck said that? It's not going online." I was like, I went back to the guy. "Oh, you have an egg." Oh. I kind of found it weird that he actually called you for anywhere you are. If only it was like in the middle of a leaf forest. You have an egg, not right now.
As far as other games I'm playing Bioshock Infinite on and off type of thing. It's just finding time to play the game.
I played
and I'm just after realizing something. I know this is a bit of a philosophical issue. The role of Elizabeth in the game. The whole fact that she was in a cage type of thing, and she was reading and all this type of thing
the
to
little
escape.
sister guy.
No, Elizabeth is the female.
The one on the cover.
Yeah,
with the short hair. Oh, right.
She is actually the living embodiment of the philosophical Plato's image of a cave, where learning to escape your prison scenario. And I'm only just after realizing this now. So, apologize to all those Bioshock Infinite fans that discovered this before me. But I didn't really enjoy second as much as the first one, and I'm enjoying Bioshock Infinite ridiculously a lot more.
I noticed in GameStop, you know the way they had the complete what was it called? I think it was like Game of the Year edition of Skyrim, where they had all the expansion packs. Well, I recently seen the Ultimate Collection of Elder Scrolls. It had like Morrowind, Oblivion, Skyrim, and one before that in one package for $70, I think, or something.
I really enjoyed Skyrim. The only problem that I have with Skyrim, it was a bit too open world. They could have added on an extra couple of hours of story, or made it a little bit more harder type of thing. Because once you complete the main story, you're just wandering around doing mindless missions that you do anyway throughout the game as it is.
Yeah. Like, I suppose, like, well, I just kept going around randomly rather than going to the next part of the story. I hated that part where the dragon attacked me in an open part where there was no cover. I thought there was, no.
Yeah.
And I was afraid if I went in the house, it would disappear.
It really, I think...
Too many dragons in the white guard.
Looking at it now, there was better games that year. Skyrim was a bit too overplayed. Might as well, since it's like, this is going to be the last one of October. Sorry we didn't actually get to complete the, Halloween horror anime type of thing. We had two more type of thing we'll do sort of later on in the year. We wanted to do another in Elfin Light as reviews. We would recommend both of them. They're both very good shows. It's just it's the final week type of thing, and we just had a lot to talk about. So next month is going to be Space Month.
Hey. And a special guest, Space Corps.
And we'll be reviewing things like Martian Successor Nadesco, Gundam Unicorn, and Gundam Wing, and a bunch of other space-related shows. There's so many other better shows type of thing. We'll have some specials coming up. We're trying to get Elodie the Fashion episode, and maybe one or two others, sort of special type of thing, because as of this recording is announced, our recording device is going to be put in the shop for a while, so we may not have time to upload all the episodes because of Skype. And there's a bit of an echo, as you heard from the last episode. So we just, we want to improve certain type of cells. So this is Sean Alpha.
Kazma.
And if you want to reach us, we have a Twitter account at Geek Eire Podcast. You can also look us up. We have a website now, a Geek Eire podcast at WordPress.com. And you can also look us up. We have an email address at Geek Eire podcast at gmail.com. So we have lots of ways of getting in contact with us. Send us a shout out. Tell us if we're doing bad, doing good. And to all the people enjoying Halloween, stay safe. Make sure your drink doesn't get spiked. Enjoy the evening. Watch a horror film. Go out and do lots of crazy stuff like pick people up and carry them around.
Or sleep in the graveyard.
No, that's necrophilia.
No, I just mean sleep at a graveyard.
Okay, or sleep at a graveyard. So this is Sean Alpha.
This is Casimir.
And we're signing off.